Breaking Star Wars news! A new official trailer for Andor, the upcoming Star Wars series focused on Rogue One's Cassian Andor, has just been released. Before we dig through the trailer telling you about all the Easter eggs, we've got some sad news about the upcoming series. It does appear Disney have delayed the release from August 31st until September 21st. However, the first 3 episodes will now release on September 21st, meaning it'll be a very busy day for Star Wars fans. There has been no given reason for a delay in release, but we do have some information to suggest why this might be the case. We'll tell you that at the end of the video, but in the meantime, let's break down the trailer. Speaking of which, watch this. Greetings my young Padawans, my name is Captain Jack and welcome to Star Wars Now. Before we dive into the main video for today, use the force and hit that subscribe and like button to never miss a video from the team here and myself at Star Wars Now. As always, if you're talking about Star Wars, then of course we want to hear about it. In the meantime, let's go. Okay, the trailer. Right away it reminds me of the initial teaser trailer we've got, as some shots feel familiar to the opening segment of that. However, we're treated to some grassy mountain landscapes and a shot of some interesting characters, perhaps part of a rebel cell. Looking closely at the 2 characters on the mountain, you can see 2 TIE fighters in the background flying over. A man carrying a blaster is also seen, leading further speculation to think this is a rebel cell in hiding out in the mountains, especially with the makeshift huts and homes as such. Now comes the best shot of this trailer and probably one of my favourites. As the character looks up, we see an Imperial Star Destroyer, entering the atmosphere and drifting in, being escorted by TIE fighters as it makes its descent into the lower atmosphere. This little entry delivers a clear message. The big bad Galactic Empire has arrived and they're here to stay. Following 2 short title sequences, we see a young boy, likely Cassian Andor, standing over a mining area on a planet. Perhaps this is Cassian's home planet of Fest. Remember, Fest was aligned with a confederacy of independent systems, otherwise known as the Separatists. So Cassian and his family did fight against the Galactic Republic. Now what's an interesting detail is the drill units on the ground are very similar to the Imperial excavation units. I believe some of these were seen in Jedi Fallen Order. They were likely also used by the Galactic Republic as well. As Cassian voices of a trailer about his disdain with the Empire, the young boy climbs inside what is either a drill rig or perhaps a base of some sort. The commentary of the clips of the Imperial officers and the Imperial Senate is about Cassian's distaste for the Galactic Empire and how he has gotten inside their ranks. We see him in Imperial armor uniform just as the trailer kicks off again. Stellan Skarsgård makes his appearance on screen, and it almost looks like he's recruiting Cassian into joining his rebel cell of sorts. While he informs Cassian about the Empire choking his rebel cell, we get this rather interesting shot of clone troopers. Likely this is once again a flashback to Cassian's past life, perhaps when his father died in the Clone Wars. Skarsgård's character appears to be travelling around and recruiting people for his little army of rebels. This takes him to meet up with Saw Gerrera, of which actor Forrest Whitaker has returned to play once again. It seems that Guerrero's forces have access to X-Wing fighters, as some can be seen parked outside his base. How they got hold of these? I don't know. Denise Goff's character can be seen again, perhaps indicating she is some sort of reoccurring villain. 2 Death Troopers escort her. Now we know those troopers only escort high-ranking members of the Empire, such as Director Krennic or even Grand Admiral Thrawn. Thus, might we be seeing someone of importance here who we're unaware of right now? She can be seen again inside some sort of Imperial facility, where another young Imperial escorts her in a light grey uniform. You know, this might be related to the preceding shot of an Imperial Lambda-class shuttle landing or looks to be some heavy industrial world. By the way, moment out of the script here, I love how they've got the sound for the Lambda class perfectly right. It really reminds me of Star Wars Rogue Squadron. You remember that game on N64, it was amazing. A quick scene after this is just a glimpse of her standing over a holotable, with other Imperial officers surrounding her, perhaps gearing up to take on this location. It does look like the same location we see some of the street combat in before and after this scene. I can't tell if it's Denise Goff, but someone comments over her scenes in the trailer by saying, "You're in my net," perhaps indicating she has trapped someone. Who knows for now. Speaking of Imperials in white uniforms, we also have the only single shot of Anton Lester at the start of this trailer. His role is being kept quiet, suggesting he might be one of the main villains in the show. Something to think about. Either way, check out our video coming later this week on that one, as it does dive into some theory crafting on who he might be playing. One of the big moments of this trailer is the appearance of the old original Star Destroyer design. You can slightly see this on screen when Stellan's character is piloting his starship in what appears to be an attack on it. This is actually the Cantwell-class Arrestor cruiser, which was originally designed by Colin Camwell back when Star Wars Star Destroyers were still being drawn up in the concept phase of Star Wars. While the idea was never used, the starship dishes were inspired for the super laser weapon on the Death Star. The ship was to appear in the 2018 film Solo: A Star Wars Story, however the scenes were later deleted. Thus, Andor appears to be the first live-action Star Wars media to bring it to life on the big and small screen. Looking back to the Andor trailer, we do spend a good amount of time focusing on Kyle Solar's character of Cyril Khan. He's seen on the planet of Ferrix, which is the scrapper planet we find Cassian and Andor walking on. No, it is not Bracca, sadly. However, this is also the same planet on which the Empire launched its attack. We can see the Imperial army of riot shields gather and what looks to be LA-AT transports descending into the atmosphere. These are not your traditional gunships seen in the Clone Wars, instead beefed up modern versions it seems, but it's definitely a similar design going on. Stellan's character can be seen again in a different location entirely, as he puts on gold jewellery and pretends to act differently. His associate reminds him that he's slipping, perhaps suggesting that he is leading a double life in a sense. This is even more confirmed when he meets Mon Mothma in what appears to be a well-decorated room full of artifacts. Also, can I spot Mandalorian armour behind him? Troy, zoom in. That must be expensive there, you can see it on the table, I mean what's going on? Anyway, speaking of Mon Mothma, she is heavily present on Coruscant during Andor's events in the trailer. It does appear she's one of the last remaining senators in the Imperial Senate. We can see a clip of her dressed rather nicely coming out to talk to the Senate chamber. It makes you wonder if we'll see Palpatine at some point, but it will likely be Master Meta rather than the Emperor himself. Mon Mothma is hosting guests in a Coruscanti apartment, as others keep looking at her, suggesting perhaps slowly falling out of favour with the Empire. Thus, she is being watched by the Galactic Empire and those around her. This does connect back to the first teaser trailer. Basically, some people probably don't want to get caught up in what's actually going on. I will say seeing Coruscant again is fantastic, especially with nice looking skyline shots we can see, they look beautiful. Death Troopers can be seen storming what looks to be civilian housing. I imagine this is back on Ferrix. There are quick shots of Fiona Shaw's character and Andor's new red droid, which can be seen in the teaser trailer, more later on this one. The Andor trailer ends with quick-fire montage shots of Andor doing multiple bits of rebellion tasks. Imperial stormtroopers combating civilians on Ferrix and ships blowing up. We also see what looks to be an Imperial cargo transport going towards some sort of spatial explosion. Perhaps a black hole of sorts. Hey, maybe it's a Maw installation. I doubt it, but that would be fun. Finally, Cassian can be seen being chased by TIE fighters as he makes his escape from somewhere. Outside the window of his cockpit, you can see the same location we just mentioned, suggesting this is likely some sort of Imperial facility he's escaping or trying to get into. It's crazy, I tell you that. So yes, the Andor series will explore the new perspective on the Star Wars galaxy, while focusing on Cassian Andor's journey to discover the real difference he can make in this galaxy. Now the series will air on September 21st rather than August 31st with 3 new episodes. But why the delay? Personally, I think this might be due to House of the Dragon and Lord of the Rings airing around the same time as Andor's previous release date. Disney ideally does not want to have another Solo situation on their hands, where a release is overshadowed and a commercial loss for them. It would be disappointing for fans as well. The good news for those who love the character of Cassian Andor and this era of Star Wars is that a second season is in development. The series will conclude and lead into Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Alright exiled ones, that's it for myself today, but what did you think of the latest Andor trailer? This upcoming Star Wars series looks fantastic and I can't wait to see what it has in store for us in the Star Wars universe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Star Wars Now. Keep up to date with Star Wars lore, news and more. For now, I've been Captain Jack, thank you for watching and we'll see you next time with another Andor theory video on Wednesday. May the Force be with you, my friends. Goodbye.